Hello Roadrunners! Here's a list of the different types of foursquare I have taught our Roadrunners in PE class. They know that at school we play the Roadrunner way, whether that's in PE, recess, or CLC. That way everyone knows the expectations. We have regular foursquare, around the world foursquare, war and battle foursquare, cherry bomb foursquare, Tic Tac and bus stop foursquare, and Spaceship. I do let our scholars combine two types at a time. For example, the server could announce around the world foursquare with bus stops, everybody ready. Please share this video with your classes to review the Roadrunner foursquare expectations. Most foursquares that I'm going to be teaching them have the same expectations as regular foursquare. So first, as you can see, we have Royal, which is in number foursquare, 3, 2, and 1. The waiting line will be behind square number 1, and they are going to be acting as refs so that they can see if there's a ball that is in or out, and they can kind of help solve arguments. Now, the Royal needs to have at least 1 foot behind the line when they serve, and they have to serve it underhand. They're going to serve it across from them, so they're going to serve it to number 2, and everyone must hit underhand in regular foursquare. If they hit overhand, they would be out. Now, the ball has to bounce 1 time in your square, and then they would underhand hit it. If someone makes a mistake, they would just rotate up, so 1 would go to 2, 3 would go to 4, and so on. And once again, if they get out, they would go back into the waiting line behind number 1. Now, I do say that the server also helps take care of arguments, but all scholars know that if somebody says it's in and somebody says it's out, or if they have an argument, they always settle it with rock, paper, scissors. Let's talk about the lines. The inside lines are out and the outside lines are in. Now, I know this might sound confusing, but let me explain. If I strike the ball and it lands and hits the inside line, then I would be out. And here's why. We all share the inside lines. So if it hits a line, we're not sure who it belongs to as we share the inside lines. Now, if I were to strike the ball and it hits another player's outside line, then they are out because they have to protect their square. They don't share that outside line with anybody, so they have to protect their square. Now, I do let them move anywhere in their square. They can go outside of their square if it bounces in their square, and they can go outside of their square to strike it back into play if they need to. Now, if the ball does bounce in their square, you must strike it. So if it bounces in the square and then bounces in someone else's square, the person that did not hit it would be out. Now, there's no carrying or holding or stalling the ball. They must strike it, the ball either underhand or overhand, depending on the type of foursquare the Royal chooses. Now, here's a very important part. The server must announce what type of foursquare they want to play and then ask, everybody ready? Now, before serving, they would need to say this or else it does count as an out. Now, once again, I know this seems silly, but this is super important once they start playing all the different types of foursquare. They need to announce what type they're playing so everybody knows the expectation. I do tell the other players if they don't hear what type of foursquare, or if they aren't paying attention, or if they need to tie their shoe, then they need to say, no, we're not ready, and then the server can go from there. Now, click on the video to the side to hear what this sounds like in a real game. For Around the World Foursquare, the server must call, Around the World Foursquare, everybody ready. Once again, if they do not say this, they are out. The server must serve the ball to square 3. 3 would then hit it to 2. 2 hits it to 1, and then 1 would hit it to 4, and they would continue this pattern unless someone would say the word reversed. Now, they have to say the word reversed before they strike it and go the opposite direction. So then 1 would go to 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, back to 1. If they do not say it before they strike it, the server or waiting line can call them out. So for example, if I call it while I'm striking the ball, then I would be out. Another way to be out is sometimes my scholars will say the word reverse, but then they actually don't hit the ball in the reverse order. So that would also be a way of getting out. The server could also call Around the World No Reverse That means nobody can reverse the ball.
Good job.
For War Foursquare, the server must call War Foursquare, everybody ready. Then, once everybody says ready, they have to say war and then say the name of who they want to war with in the Foursquare. So, for example, War Harvey. The server will war with that person for the entire time until one of them makes a mistake or misses. Now, make sure that they're not going too easy and leaving the other two squares or the waiting line bored. So in this one, it's only between two people, and either the server or the person that they choose to war will be out.
Square, everybody ready? Ready. I say war Harper. Oh, God. You believe in you, ready? Thank you. Believe it.
Good try.
Good one. That was still good.
Battle Foursquare, the server must call Battle Foursquare, everybody ready. Just like in war, the server will then choose someone to battle in that square. So for example, battle Jordan. Now, it just starts just like war, where the server and whoever they chose to battle will strike the ball back and forth until someone makes a mistake or until someone says the word jailbreak. Now, they have to say the word jailbreak before they strike the ball. Then they will strike the ball into a different square, and now that person that it gets hit to has to hit it back to the person that said jailbreak. Once again, now it's a battle between those two until someone makes a mistake or they say the word jailbreak. If the person does not strike it back to the person that says jailbreak, they are out because it has to be a battle between the two new people.
Battle Foursquare, everybody ready? Ready. Well, that's because it wasn't in my mind. Battle.
Good try. So hit the line. Good try, though.
Cherry Bomb Foursquare, server must call Cherry Bomb Foursquare, everybody ready. Now the server has to begin with an underhand strike to serve to square number 2. After the serve, anyone is allowed to use an overhand hit. Now I do tell the scholars that it's okay if they hit it pretty hard because that's the purpose of Cherry Bomb. Now, underhand hits are still allowed, and just make sure that it's okay if they use one hand or two hands to use that strike.
Cherry Bomb Foursquare, ready?
Yeah!
Tic Tac Foursquare, server must call Tic Tac Foursquare, everybody ready. The server has to begin with an underhand strike to square number 2. Now this is when it's okay for double hits to be allowed, but we just need to make sure that we know the difference between Tic Tac and Bus Stop. So in Tic Tac, the ball must bounce in their square, then they're going to underhand strike it up, which would be the tick, and then overhand spike it down, and that would be the tack. So once again, it would be tick up, tack down. This is really great for volley transfer, and once again, scholars can still use an underhand hit if they need to. So they don't have to use the tic tac every time. It's just if they would want to use it. Bus Stop Foursquare, server must call Bus Stop Foursquare, everybody ready. Server once again has to begin with the underhand strike to square number 2. Bus Stop is where double hits are allowed, but remember we need to know the difference between Bus Stop and Tic Tac. So Bus Stop is when a ball is coming in your square and you hit it in your square, then you strike it into another player's square. This is a great tactic when the ball is coming in your square above your waist, and instead of dodging it and letting it go out of bounds, you simply knock it down into your square. It bounces once, then you strike it into somebody else's square. Now, you don't have to use a bus stop every time, only when the player feels like they want to utilize it.
Good try.
Spaceship Foursquare, you are going to need 4 hula hoops. Now this is played just like Foursquare, except we're going to be sliding the hoops. So server would say, Spaceship Foursquare, everybody ready. Now after they strike the ball and it lands inside someone else's hula hoop, they're going to slide the hoop with their hand or foot after they strike it. Now, I do suggest using a modification here where the scholars get to decide if they want to slide it back or not. Let them feel the success of this activity before you choose for them not to scoot it back. Now, as you can see in the video, my scholars are choosing to use their foot. I would prefer them to use their hand. That way they're already in athletic position, but they seem pretty successful using their foot as well. Now, hoop hits are neutral. So if the ball hits the hoop, then the scholar still needs to strike it to another person's hoop. If they don't, they are out. So once again, if the ball does not land inside the hula hoop or on the hula hoop, they would be out and then they would rotate.